Hey everybody, before you watch the video, click subscribe. Would you please, pretty please? It would help us at Soul Boom so much. Click subscribe.
Fat is nothing more than an adjective and a descriptor. Being fat or living as a fat person does not determine whether or not you deserve love or respect. That shouldn't be a determining factor. That should be based off character and integrity alone. That should not be based off what you look like, especially if you're fat. And so what I've taught the people who follow me is that if someone calls you fat and ugly, okay. My response is this: send me a picture of what you look like. Okay, I'm fat and ugly. Ooh, send me a picture of what you look like. I'll comment on what you look like, and then we'll see if we're still having a good time. Turns out they're not. They never have a really good time when I jump in.
Mm-hmm.
But I've told people before, if you take the power from that word, it cannot hurt you anymore. It doesn't hurt you. In fact, men like that see women as vapid creatures. Like they don't see them as humans or let alone an equal. So they truly believe the meanest thing they could ever say to you is to call you fat and ugly, is to call you undesirable. And so if you don't care whether or not this man finds you desirable, it can't hurt you when he tells you that. I don't give a fuck if you don't want to fuck me, because guess what? I feel the same. So maybe we should be friends. We have a lot in common. We both find each other just truly abhorrent to look at. Win-win. We all win. Don't worry, I'm not gonna date you. It's okay. Don't be so afraid.
Yeah.
You also gross me out. So it's a win. That's an example of me giving all the people who follow me the tools to like empower themselves and strengthen themselves and live outside of the confines of male validation. It's a prison. That's what it is. Once you let that go, oh my God, the way the world opens up. Like it's like those people that put on those glasses and they can see colors for the first time.
Because you start with male validation and then maybe move to any kind of external validation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because sometimes I know, in speaking to my wife, sometimes the woman on woman stuff can be so toxic as well.
And that's driven by patriarchy. That's internalized misogyny. Women who attack each other, that's one of the many sinister ways the patriarchy works. It gives you this idea and belief that there can only ever be one of us. And I always think about that monologue from Gone Girl, where she's talking about, Rosamund Pike is talking about how like the funny thing about this is they think this woman exists. Like it's a fallacy. A woman who's like has no stomach but huge tits, huge ass, loves football, loves drinking beer, but she's not a whore. It's like these antitheses existing in the same body. And every woman is striving to be that girl because that's the girl that men love. And that's a pick-me, right? That's the term Gen Z people have given it, is a pick-me girl, which is based off Meredith Gray's speech to, what's his name? McDreamy, I forget his name. McDreamy, McSteamy, one of those white guys.
Yeah.
She's like, pick me, choose me, love me, right? Like that's a pick-me. So when women attack each other, I have a lot, and women have attacked me like many times. It's nowhere near the amount of men, but obviously it has happened to me. That woman, I hold a lot of empathy for her, but I can't save her, right? So although it's either this train is leaving with or without you, but what I will advise women who have a lot of internalized misogyny like that, what I would advise you to understand is at the end of the day, you're still a bitch to them like me. Whether you're mean to them or not, they don't see you as an equal. They put you in the same bucket as me, regardless. And that's happened before. Like there was one time this man made this awful video about me, commenting nothing on my look, everything about my looks, nothing on anything I had to say. And it was quite boring, if I'm being honest. And then in the comments, a girl jumped in there and commented on my looks and talked about how she thought I was ugly, whatever. And someone else responded to her and said, you have a filter on your profile picture, so I would shut the fuck up if I were you. And the guy who made that video liked that man's comment and not hers. And it's crazy how you sold me down the river and you still got fucking hit. Why? Because you're a girl just like me, bitch. So it's funny how selling out your teammate doesn't really work in your favor. Like you don't get to cut the line in the wait for equality just because you hate me just as much as they do.
The Soul Boom Podcast. Subscribe now on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever else you get your stupid podcasts.